What's up? This is your host, Non-Fungible TC, Non-Fungible Today and Non-Fungible Tomorrow, and welcome to another episode on Twitter. So right now, what I'll do is that I'll have a live Twitter show, and then I'll upload this video to YouTube as an archive. So today's video is titled "The Market Rally Continues." Okay. So I just want to talk about the market rallying. So this is Bitcoin 15 minutes chart. As you can see, it has been kind of choppy, but it has been hovering this range. And one of the really interesting thing about yesterday is that even though it kind of dumped a little bit, it kind of, there's some huge strong support over here that's pumping the price up, and it continues to hover sideways, right? So, the market rally continues. We're not expecting that huge dump. A lot of people saying that, hey, this rally is too fast. You're going to see a huge dump. But, or some people are saying, hey, it's going to be a Bob Simpson, right? It looks like a Bob Simpson here. But right now, it's still continuing. Yesterday, the US was at holiday, so there's no market impact to it. But, I think in general, the market is kind of bullish, right? Or else it wouldn't sustain like this. So this is kind of like the news of the day. So in order to really understand why is the market sustaining, we'll have to see the macro market, because the macro market does affect the crypto market. So if we look at the traditional markets today, in general, if we look at Asia market, it's kind of mostly fall as investors digest China economic data. So China came out with the economic data today, and I retweeted this. So according to this is posted yesterday, right? But it is actually posted kind of today. The GDP is actually higher than forecast. So it means that the Chinese economy is indeed growing. Industrial production is higher. Okay, retail sales lower than is less lower than forecast, right? So it kind of shows you that the Chinese economy is strong, right? And as a result, I don't know why, but the market in general is negative because as investors digest Chinese economic data. And for Europe, right, economic concerns dominate Davos. So what happened is that the World Economic Forum is now at Davos to discuss about different type of economic headwinds, right? World Economic Forum annual meetings in Davos right now, right? So definitely, the news there, the Davos elites, they're definitely gonna have some impact to the market. So yeah, that's what you should really know about the traditional market. Goldman Sachs misses profit estimate and sleep decline investment banking asset management, right? So the market is kind of rallying. It's kind of strong, but there is still some negative-ish news, right? So we look at the market right now for U.S. market, right? Pre-market right now is lower, right? As earnings seasons roll in, because a lot of these earnings are coming in, right? Goldman Sachs, Pfizer, Cheesecake Factory, Alibaba, and more. Okay, so yeah, we'll see more. Right, Goldman Sachs banks stocks went down, earnings per share missed it, the targets, and so on. Right, so we'll see as these announcement comes out. It will definitely have some impact to the S&P and also the Nasdaq. Right. So today, actually, the CPI numbers is coming out for CA, which is Canada. Not as it doesn't move as big as the US CPI numbers. But you do have to see the Bank of Japan's tentative outlook report and the policy rate, because the Bank of Japan actually kind of caused a minor rally a while back last week or the week before. So these are really important dates as well. But tomorrow is actually more important with the CPIs and also stuff like that. I mean, PPI numbers that we kind of mentioned yesterday. So moving on to the crypto news, cryptocurrency in general, if we look at, we are almost back at 1 trillion market cap. Bitcoin is 21,254, so it's actually pretty strong right now with a lot of these macro headwinds. Ethereum at 1,569. So yeah, it's kind of strong, but stable coins, right, is actually up a little bit and dumped a little bit. So maybe money is leaving the market, right? People have been moving in stable coins. I mean, buying stable coins. So it means that money is there on the sidelines, but at the same time, it kind of moved down a little bit. Money moving out slightly. But interestingly, right, yesterday we saw the FTT token pump, but today it dropped by 9.7%, right? And then for some reason, we see Gala Games pumping, right? Remember a while back, Gala Games was actually pumping. A lot of these metaverse type of tokens were actually pumping, and there might be a reason why, right? So look at Sandbox token was actually pumping, Mana 2.3, but we kind of retrace a little bit, but crypto market in general is still holding up quite strong. But what is smart money doing? If you look at Nansen, right, smart money is moving to wrap Ethereum. Well, that makes sense because right now we do know that the wrap Ethereum unlock might come out soon with the Shanghai update in March, right? People are going to Bitcoin, okay, yeah, Shiba, okay, I don't know why, but this is what smart money is doing, right? USDD. So if you look at the trading longs and short in a decentralized exchange like GMX, right? It seems that the long positions now fully outweighs the short positions, right? So now the majority of this decentralized market is actually longing the market. So guys, be careful. Usually the market tends to go against the majority, and that's how it drains all the liquidity, right? So moving on, Bitcoin miners and average holders are back in black. So right now, what happened is that before, if Bitcoin holders and miners sell, they will be selling at a loss. But now, because of the recent rally, if they sell, basically they will not be selling at a loss, right? So EU finance minister say digital euro must offer privacy. So a lot of news about central bank digital currency is being released, right? But this does not mean it is bullish for the decentralized blockchain, because some of these digital currency will be hosted on a government chain, right? So guys, not all news is bullish, especially when it comes to CBDC, right? But it does show that the world is becoming more digitalized, right? You cannot avoid the world becoming more digitalized, right? So moving on, we kind of mentioned that metaverse tokens are rallying. Decentralized posts are 81% rise over the week, right? According to Decrypt, right, these tokens are rallying hard after news that Apple will release a VR and AR headset. But these are not fundamentally rooted, value, right? For example, a Decentraland does not support VR right now. Yes, they are having someone to build it, but doesn't mean that this Apple AR device or a VR device is gonna support Decentraland, right? And also at the same time, other type of tokens, right? Axie Infinity has nothing to do with VR and AR, right? And IMX, nothing to do with that. So I do think that this is some individual altcoins pumping as the market tends to rally, but as fast it pumps, as fast it dumps. So be careful, don't get stuck in the middle. Okay, so yeah, we kind of mentioned that Ethereum hits 500,000. Like Ethereum is gonna have an upgrade, the Shanghai upgrade, which happens somewhere in March, which basically means that the stake tokens from proof of stake tokens could now start to be released, right? So it's a kind of like a scheduled release, right? It's kind of like program release, right? So these stake Ethereum, people are buying it because of the differences, and also trying to make some sort of premium in between, right? Because if you have one Ethereum, you can immediately spend it, right? If you have one stake Ethereum, you cannot immediately spend it. So there is a price discrepancy. But as the staking is coming up soon, the upgrade when people can withdraw the token from stake Ethereum, people are starting to buy this so that they could wait a few months and then they could withdraw it and then make out of the differences in the price level, right? So another big news yesterday, 3AC Complex co-founders, right, look to raise 25 million for new crypto exchange, right? So this is one of the big news. People are saying that, hey, 3AC, you kind of leverage, over leverage and stuff like that. Now, why are you creating this new exchange? And the interesting thing, this new exchange is called GTX, right? And the reason for that is because G comes after F, right? So it's kind of a play on FTX, right? So yeah, it's interesting to see will people really provide liquidity to this exchange after the 3AC implosion, and they have been, the founders have been running and in hiding, right? So moving on to NFT and metaverse news, NFT market in general in the last 30 days, traders are in loss, okay? But buyers and sellers, there's more sellers. In the last 7 days, blue chip index have kind of dumped a bit, right? But it's now slowly maybe recovering, right? Because as you can see, some blue chip index like BAYC or MAYC are starting to go back up in the price as these token. So today, the sewage pass claim will come out. And tomorrow, people can start playing these games to take part in the Nick Yuga Lab, possibly NFT drop, right? Market cap, downwards trend, hovering sideways, similar to the crypto market. If you look at marketplaces, OpenSea is still the leader with Blur Aggregator and Blur following it in the last 24 hours, okay? But trading size, actually Blur is on par with OpenSea. So traders, as you can see, are mostly on OpenSea. But in terms of the trading size, most of them are Blur. But is it possible because of watch trading, right? So if we turn on the watch trading, OpenSea is higher than Blur. So it does show that the volume Blur could, to be a certain extent, fabricated as people want to farm these tokens. So moving on to FG news, Creator has closed 10 million Series A funding led by A16Z, which we kind of mentioned yesterday. Floor price went from 1.7. So it really shows you the VC narrative is still in play in pumping of these market, right? So a Kid Called Beats, which is another NFT mint that happened recently, over allocated the whitelist spot with 300% for a 10K mint, right? Base AF updated background of the base head, giving them more even a pop and easier way to recognize which brand fashions they are. So Skyweaver, which is a mobile game, came out with a new expansion and new card pack, right? Yoga Pets announced a long-term partnership with Mochaverse, right? For those of you who do not know, Mochaverse is actually the latest project from Animoca Brands, and Mochaverse actually has a team which they kind of announced today. They have several people within the Animoca ecosystem, or partners of Animoca, and they are now part of the core team. So you have Jason Ma, who used to be a pastor, now turned into a VC type of person. Sebastian, who's from Sandbox. And then you have a bunch of other people from the different realms in the Mochaverse, right? So they kind of announced that they have a partner, with Yoga Pets, right? And Yoga Pets is actually under the Currents ecosystem, which doesn't really come as a surprise, right? Because as we have been seeing the people from Animoca Brands sweeping the Currents clubs, and also Currents related asset, and also meme land as well. So it really shows you how. So Animoca Brand is actually a Hong Kong company, right? It really shows you how the Hong Kong VCs are starting to rebuild and also have a stronger presence, especially in the NFT space right now. But even in the past, Animoca Brand has been here for some time as well, right? But now they're really stepping into here and providing a new utility for people who hold their ERC20 tokens to burn it to mint this Mochaverse NFT. So this NFT by default is given for free to Animoca Brands partners, employees, and friends and family, that type of stuff. But then they are doing a Mochaverse ticket raffle. So if you own any asset under the Animoca ecosystem, you can get a ticket on the Polygon blockchain, and then you can raffle for a chance for whitelist. So a lot of people are bullish on this because it's Animoca Brand, right? Which is one of the biggest VC with the blockchain gaming space, right? So Asta Horwitz joined Dudo as a head of business development. A lot of different type of building that's happening within different NFT collections. And one big thing is that Canon, right, filed a trademark application January 11, identified downloadable mobile application. So what it means is that Canon is actually entering into the NFT space as well. So I actually saw a news that's not here, but it's actually showing that actually National Geographic, right? National Geographic is entering into the NFT space. So they're coming up with a new, I think it's an NFT mint, where you can mint on the Polygon blockchain. And yeah, it shows that National Geographic is actually coming into the NFT space. Let me find you the tweet, National Geographic NFTs. Yeah, let's see. I don't have it right now, but let me check on Twitter. So guys, this is live, right? So if you are watching this, feel free to like and comment, retweet it. I really appreciate what you guys have been doing. I really appreciate the support for showing up for these daily streams, because I do like I don't have a lot of views, to be very honest, but I still do it if there's one view, right? If you think these daily updates is helpful, if you think that if someone tells you, hey, National Geographic NFT collection is coming out, launching tomorrow, which is today, learn more, pre-register here on Polygon, right? So so they talk about NFT, and then they're saying that, hey, we're launching our own NFTs, right? So this is called the GM collection, National Geographic GM Daybreak. So you can create an account on Snow Crash via KYC from your wallet with Matic, which is $200. So this is 200 USD for this National Geographic NFT. So community will go first, then primary sell, secondary sell, NFT review. Okay. 16 different photographers. So it shows that NFTs are here to stay. NFT is not a fad, right? So anyways, guys, that's it for today. Just to wrap up, stay safe. Not a lot is really bumping and dumping the market, but the BOJ, the Bank of Japan thing, might have some impact to the market. So this is your host, Non-Fungible TC, signing out.